Hi, Ifiok here. I'm back with part two of the series, Every Day with Ifiok. For today, I will be talking about parent teacher conferences with a focus on what parents can do to make the most out of these meetings. Most parent teacher conferences last for 10 to 15 minutes, maximum 20 minutes. Now, that's not a lot of time to connect with your child's teacher and know everything there is to know about your child. However, with proper preparation and planning, it is possible to have a very productive meeting in such a way that both you as a parent and the educator and your child's teacher is looking forward to having those meetings more often. Now, I'd like to ask a question for parents out there listening, or even teachers if you're listening to this. How often do you think these parent teacher conferences should hold in a term? Please put your comments in the comment section, and I'd really love to hear from you. Now, here are a few suggestions that could help you be prepared for those meetings. Number one, talk to your children about it. These meetings are about them anyway, so it's very important that you talk to your child. Let your child know that I'm going to see your teacher. Is there anything you would want me to ask your teacher? Is there anything you want me to tell your teacher? Is there anything at all you would want me to know? It's important that the child is carried along in these meetings. Ask your child if there's anything he or she wants you to talk to his or her teacher about. You'd be surprised what they come up with. The next thing is to come in prepared for these meetings. Preparation is key. Preparation ensures that you do not come into those meetings and leave with questions unanswered. This will leave you very unsatisfied, and you do not want that. Prepare a list of questions, suggestions, comments, concerns that you would like to talk through with your child's teacher. Prepare questions on his or her social emotional development, his or her progress. What do you see as his or her strength in the classroom? Ask your child's teacher these questions. How can she improve? What can I do to help my child improve at home? Don't forget that the child is your responsibility first and foremost. You are the child's first and most important teacher before the teacher comes in or steps in to support you with that responsibility. So be out there, ask questions, come in ready with information, come in ready with questions, so that way your conversation can be well directed and you ensure that you leave that place with more information to help you work with your child. The third thing is listen carefully. I cannot overemphasize the importance of listening. It's important that you pay attention to what your child's teacher is saying. Be present at the moment. Don't let your mind wander away and think of all the millions of things I need to do right after this meeting, or all the questions I need to ask the teacher. I need to find out why this happened. I need to find out why that happened. It's very important to listen, be in the moment, listen to what the teacher is saying. That way you do not miss out on vital information that's being shared that could help you support your child on his or her learning journey. Take off, how do I put this? Be open-minded to suggestions. Do not be in a hurry to oppose comments and suggestions from the teacher. Don't forget, we spend quite a good amount of time with these children to know a thing or two about them. So be open minded and listen when your child's teacher is talking. Number four, be on time, both at the start and at the finish. You want to know when your time slot is so you can be there 5 to 10 minutes earlier than your time. This way, you will not miss out on your time with the teacher, and you're not also going to eat into other people's time. While I know that this happens a lot, it's a sign of respect for yourself, for the teacher, and for other parents. Don't drag too long into conversations, it's very okay to say, all right, we can plan to meet at another time, but right now, we have to end this meeting. It's okay as a parent to call an end to a parent-teacher conference. Number 5, stay calm. You have to keep your emotions in check. If you disagree with anything that your child's teacher has said, or you have concerns with what they have done, or what they have said, or what they've written about your child, please, by all means, communicate it, say it, speak out. But please do so in a very respectful way, to ensure that emotions are not flying everywhere, and then you could have a fallout with your child's teacher. You do not want to have that. When you are respectful, when you are calm, you ensure that those concerns are being heard, and you can work together with your child's teacher to reach a reasonable agreement. Remember to keep the child as the focus of every conversation. Keep the child in mind as you have these conversations. Number 6, show appreciation. Be thankful. It's a lot of work. I can say that from a teacher's perspective. So any little show of appreciation or thank you goes a long way to let us know that the work we do is appreciated. A little thank you, a little I appreciate you, I'm looking forward to meeting again. Any sign of appreciation goes a long way. So be sure not to leave your parent-teacher conference without that show of appreciation or thanks to your child's teacher. Number 7, leave with an action plan. Do not leave the parent-teacher conference without an action plan, without a next step, without a progression plan. If your child's teacher does not give you one, ask for it. Say, okay, so going forward, what do I need to do with my child now to help him or her with what you are working with him or her in class? So ask for that action plan. What do we do now? What do we do next? That will help you when you get back home and you are talking with your child. You can say to your child, this is what your teacher has said we need to work on. Next, after you're done with your child's teacher, you want to sit back and reflect. You want to sit back and ruminate on the things you have heard, on the things you've discussed with your child's teacher. It may seem like a tall order, it may seem like a little bit of extra thing to do, but you'll be surprised how fast things fly out of your head and your memory when you're not ruminating on them, when you're not thinking about them. So take out some time, even if it's in your car or at home after you get back, take a few minutes to think back at that conversation, or think back on that conversation, and think about the aspects that struck you most. You'd be surprised how useful that can be. So sit back, ruminate on it, think about it, even before you discuss it with your child or with your partner. Number 9, talk to your child about the meeting. So after you've returned and reflected upon the meeting, call your child and talk to your child about how the meeting went and what next steps were agreed upon, or what the action plan going forward is. And not just with your child, but with the whole family, because don't forget, it takes a community to raise a child. It's not the responsibility of just one person. So if you're living with your spouse or with family members, let them know what the next steps, what was agreed upon during the parent-teacher conferences. It's very important that this happens, that this conversation happens, because that way everyone is on the same page to support the child's learning. Last but not the least, number 10, keep in touch. It's very important that the parent-teacher conference is not the last time that the class teacher or your child's teacher hears from you. If there are any things that you have agreed upon, any action plans that you have agreed upon, it's very important that you follow up with your child's teacher to say, this is how far I have gone, this is where I have a challenge, and this is where I need your help. Or if there is any feedback that you're expecting from the teacher, feel free to reach out and keep in touch with your child's teacher. It's counterproductive to leave the parent-teacher meetings without following up or without keeping in touch. Keeping in touch ensures that the communication lines between you and your child's teacher are open. That way you can always reach out to say, this is where I have a challenge and this is where I need your help. And I can assure you that your child's teacher will be more than happy to support you. Right, I hope these suggestions help you. So the next time you have a parent-teacher conference, bear these in mind and I can promise you that it can only get better. Tomorrow I will be here again sharing on parent-teacher conferences again, but this time with a focus on teachers and what they can do to have a more productive parent-teacher conference. All right, for now, it's bye.